ASML shares jumped up more than 4% on Thursday. Its peers in the European computer chip equipment sector also climbed. Investors were pleased by a Bloomberg report about upcoming US restrictions on the Chinese semiconductor industry. It said they might be less severe than expected. ASML rivals were also up in early trade, with their shares among top performers on the European benchmark Stoxx 600. The Bloomberg report cited unnamed sources who said that major Chinese memory chip manufacturer Changjin Memory Technologies would not be added to US trade restrictions lists. It further said the timing and contents of the decision are not certain. The US Commerce Department oversees US restrictions on China exports. It's expected to issue new guidance after the Thanksgiving holiday. ASML is the largest supplier of semiconductor making equipment and declined to comment. The company recently said it expects sales of its tools to China to drop to a fifth of total sales next year. That's down from nearly 50% over the previous 6 quarters.
Emergency crews searched for survivors after a landslide buried dozens of homes across several villages in eastern Uganda. Officials said more than a dozen people were killed and more than 100 others were missing. Loved ones wailed as they looked down at victims' bodies placed in rows. Wednesday's landslide was triggered by heavy rain. A spokesman for the Office of the Prime Minister said it had warned people living in risk-prone areas about possible landslides at the onset of seasonal rains. The East African nation has been hit by unusually heavy rainfall since October that has caused widespread flooding and landslides in some areas. The area where this landslide occurred is mountainous and has experienced similar disasters in the past, including an avalanche in 2010 that killed at least 80 people.
Kosovo's Prime Minister said on Saturday that police had carried out raids and made arrests after an explosion the day before. The blast in northern Kosovo damaged a canal that sends water to 2 power plants, responsible for nearly all the country's electricity. Prime Minister Albin Kurti blamed elements in Serbia.
This is a criminal and terrorist attack which aims to damage our critical infrastructure and no doubt was an attempt to disrupt the supply of electricity and water in our country.
Serbia's President Alexander Vučić called the accusation, quote, baseless, adding that Serbia, quote, has nothing to do with the explosion. The incident has increased tensions between the 2 Balkan countries. The majority population in Kosovo is ethnic Albanian. The nation declared independence from Serbia in 2008, almost a decade after a guerrilla uprising against its rule. However, Serbia has not recognised Kosovo as an independent state. NATO condemned the attack and said its personnel have provided security to the canal and area nearby. Power supplies have appeared to be largely intact, but the drinking water supply was disrupted in some areas.
Members of one of the most popular K-pop groups, New Jeans, say they're leaving their agency Adore. It's a subsidiary of the powerhouse label Hybe.
This is not the type of work ethic we respect nor want to be a part of.
At a late-night press conference on Thursday, member Hani said the group and staff have faced mistreatment and that the company is fixated on making money.
A company that no longer has any sincerity in the art of music that is created is rather fixated on appearing like a well-working company despite only having thoughts about making money.
The members say they want to work with Adore's former chief executive instead, Min Hee-jin. She's the band's creative director. For its part, Adore says not so fast. It said the agreement with the band members remains in full effect. New Jeans has been caught up in infighting between executives of the parent label Hybe and the former chief. The latest controversy in the K-pop scene has gripped South Korea this year. Accusations, audits, and an emotional press conference have all made headlines. New Jeans members said they might not be able to use the band's name once they terminate the company's contract. But member Danielle says the group is hopeful it can keep making music and meeting fans known as bunnies.
We really wish to be able to release new music for Bunnies next year as soon as possible, whenever. And we really hope that we have the opportunity to meet you guys from all around the world.
Target's strategy to boost Black Friday sales can be summed up in 2 words: Taylor Swift. Shoppers stood outside in frigid temperatures before dawn on Friday at some of the retailer's nearly 2,000 U.S. locations, including this one in Kyle, Texas, as Target is exclusively selling Swift's new book based on her record-breaking Eras tour, as well as updated vinyl and CD versions of her album The Tortured Poets Department, The Anthology. 25-year-old Victor Hernandez got all 3 at a Target in Los Angeles.
I knew that I had to wake up at 5 probably to get in line, and I was really worried because I was like, no, I don't want to wake up early, but it's Taylor Swift, so I have to sacrifice.
Some stores on Friday reported empty shelves by as early as 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. No small feat considering the book cost $39.99, the vinyl album $59.99, and the CD is $17.99. Target will begin offering all 3 on its app and website on Saturday. The retailer is hoping to buck a long stretch of slowing sales. Last week, Target forecast holiday quarter sales and profit below Wall Street estimates, sending its shares tumbling. It faces stiff competition from Walmart, which started its holiday deals on November 11th with discounts on everything from Samsung TVs to Dyson vacuum cleaners. The National Retail Federation expects more than 85 million shoppers to visit stores this year, up from 76 million last year. And online sales are expected to rise nearly 10% from a year ago, according to projections from Adobe Analytics, which estimates the total amount at almost $11 billion.